Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys aren't new here, thank you for coming back to watch my videos. This video is going to be a little bit different. As you can tell by the title, it's going to be a story time of how I lost my son to CPS. Yeah, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so like I was saying, I was subleasing the apartment in Houston. One of my friend's apartment, he was not staying there anymore, but me and my son and my brother was staying there. Then pretty much the apartments figured out that we was staying there and he wasn't staying there anymore. Then so I ended up getting an eviction, and that's how everything pretty much started. My god sister, she ended up visiting me around that time, and she was like, I can take your son with me till you figure out what you're gonna do. And I'm like, okay, because that's the first thing that came to mind. And I literally didn't have the money for both of us to go to Austin, Texas, because I really didn't know that I would have to even pay. That's what I was planning on doing at first, but I just didn't have the money, the time. I didn't have the money, I didn't have the support. I still don't have the support of family, and like I said, I wish I absolutely did, but unfortunately that's not how it's going in my life. I don't have my family support, so I'm just really a single mom. But yeah, it was September 2019 when everything happened. At the time, I didn't know that my sister was still in the group home because of her age. I did not know at that age you could even still be in foster care. Okay, guys, so my sister had my son for about a week, just until I could figure out, what I was gonna do, because I knew for sure that I was gonna be homeless, and I did not want to bring my son into a situation like that. So I basically didn't know that Austin had shelters that was available. If I would have known that, I would have made some type of arrangement for my baby to come with me. I would have waited a little bit longer in that apartment, or just anything. But I didn't know that because I literally called shelters in Houston. Every shelter was full, and I said, really, even with babies, like, it's still full? They were like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I ended up getting a mega bus to Austin. I stayed for about a week, just to see what I was gonna do. I knew that I could. But yeah, you guys, I know that I have made some mistakes with this situation. It's certain things that I should have asked, it's certain things that I should have did. But like I said, when you pretty much have no family, then that is really stressful in itself. So yeah, I didn't have no family that my baby could go to, and if I did, then I didn't know about it because we were not in contact. They pretty much don't really be in contact with you unless something traumatic happens, and it's like, why should I even be talking to y'all in a situation like that? But okay, guys, so yes, they pretty much said that I abandoned my child and I neglected my child, which I would never abandon or neglect any of my children. But that was one of the battles that I had to fight. Unfortunately, it was one of the hardest battles that I ever had to fight. And yeah, I'm gonna get into the video and just let you guys know all about that nitty. Okay, you guys, so at this point, CPS already has my son, and whoever called, which I will state, it was a family member, and it was a sister. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say no names because you literally never know what a person will try to do to you or to your family just because the truth is finally out. But yeah, I'm not making this video to bash anybody. I'm just pretty much making this video to raise awareness. And it was a sister. I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna say no names because you literally never know what a person will try to do to you or to your family just because the truth is finally out. But yeah, I'm not making this video to bash anybody. I'm just pretty much making this video to raise awareness. Okay, you guys, so fast forward, I made it to Austin. Me and my brother, we pretty much slept outside in like Goodwill trucks because that was pretty much like where nobody was really looking at the time. So we slept there for about 2 days. I cleaned myself up in fast food restaurants, and pretty much people bought food for us during that time in the fast food restaurants as well. Yeah, so we slept outside for at least like 4 days. And then my brother was like, Abby, come on. You know, I know it's hard, but we're gonna have to go to the shelter. And I'm like, okay, let's go, you know. And good thing they did have room. But before, like, I think I did, you guys, so I met with the investigator. I pretty much let her know why I did what I did. It pretty much was no shelters available in Houston. And I didn't have any support as well. And I just did what came to my mind. Okay, you guys, so I just want to say, my God, he really truly provided for me and my brother during this time, because that was one of the hardest situations I ever had to deal with. And it's like, just to not have no family, that's just even harder, you know? In a whole nother city with no family at all. I just lost my son to CPS, but let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, so you guys, I got a call from my god sister. She was crying and I broke down my damn self because I'm like, my baby? Like, how could you let that happen? You just let you guys, so I just want to say, my God, he really truly provided for me and my brother during this time, because that was one of the hardest situations I ever had to deal with. And it's like, just to not have no family, that's just even harder, you know? In a whole nother city with no family at all. I just lost my son to CPS, but let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, so you guys, I got a call from my god sister. She was crying and I broke down my damn self because I'm like, my baby? Like, how could you let that happen? You just let them take. Next thing I had to deal with, I just pretty much went to my first court hearing, and the first court hearing, it was basically just going over where he was gonna be placed, and what was gonna happen from there on out. Okay, you guys, so at this point, I didn't know what to do. I met up with an investigator that week, and they pretty much questioned me and everything, let me know how everything was gonna go, and they let me know that my son was placed in a foster home. Okay, I apologize, but this is not a topic that is discussed a lot, and honestly it's hard for me to even just talk about this topic as well. But I wanted to make a video because I know that a lot of parents or a lot of people are going through this situation, but they're not ever going to talk about it. I wanted to be that 1% to actually get on here and talk about the situation. You guys, so I got him diapers, wipes, and just some other little essentials that he needed. Well, what I thought he needed, and I just brought that. Also, you guys, I just wanted to let you guys know, my first visit, I literally felt like I felt my son. I literally felt like I felt my son, because I never wanted him to go through a situation like that. I literally went through CPS, so I would never, want that for my son, but unfortunately he had to go through that. And Jeremiah, when you watch this video when you're older, I am so sorry. A blanket, one of his favorite blankets, and his favorite juices, and I bought him groceries as well, and I made a note for the foster parents letting them know what not to feed my baby. I wanted to let them know to not feed him any pork because as you guys know, I don't know if you guys know if I mentioned this, but I don't think I did, but I am a Hebrew Israelite, so we do not eat pork, we don't touch pork, any of that. So that was one of my main concerns with him, and I just let them know as well, don't cut my baby hair. If y'all need something done in his hair, I will do his hair every single visit. And I just let him know how to keep his hair up and moisturize, because so you guys, at this point, I pretty much ran out of options. So I finally got to see my baby for the first visit, and you guys, when I tell you that was one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with, I just held my baby and I just cried. I tried to sing ABCs to him, but I really couldn't even speak at the moment, because I was so hurt. I was really hurt. I didn't know where my baby was, I didn't know what he was doing. There was no way of really checking on him until the next visit. And I don't know if you guys know, but you literally get, I think it was maybe one visit a month or something. It was either one visit or two. Okay, so, guys, the next thing I had to deal with, I just pretty much went to my first court hearing. And the first court hearing, it was basically just going over where he was going to be placed, and what was going to happen from there on out. Okay, you guys, so I had to attend hearings in San Antonio because that's where my son was residing at the moment. I also had to do random drug tests because the person who called on me also was saying that I was smoking in front of my son, marijuana in front of my son, which I would never do and have never done, so I took those. I passed every drug test. So yeah, you guys, so I passed every drug test. My next step was to find a therapist and also attend parenting classes for 14 weeks while working. And you guys, that was so hard because I barely had time to do anything. I really thought that it was impossible, honestly, without a part time too, because I had to run to all these different places multiple times a month, and I barely had time to even work to pay my rent. But everything ended up working out. Yeah. So I found me a therapist, and you guys, I really think he was sent by Yahweh. He was literally like an angel. We ended up having you guys, so my next hearing came up. He actually wrote a letter for me and vouched for me and my family, stating that my son. Okay, you guys, so my next hearing came up. He actually wrote a letter for me and vouched for me and my family, stating that my son. Okay, you guys, so I have to attend my next hearing. My next hearing. They pretty much was going over the family goals of reunification, adoption, or what would happen next. I had legal issues that I had to figure out, so I ended up having to go sit my time out in jail in Houston for 2 months. And I was 3 months pregnant, so when I got out, I was 5 months pregnant. So after that, they pretty much restarted the visits. So I did those visits for about 2 months. And then the caseworker let me know, like, hey, your son will be coming to do home visits with you. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I was really excited about that. So a month passed for doing home visits. My son found. Okay, you guys, so I just wanted to, make sure I put out this video, and hopefully I can get through to some type of parent or somebody that's going through this situation. I just wanted to let you guys know, just keep on holding on, stay strong, and that it will eventually be okay. The storm never lasts, and all you gotta do is pray, believe, and have faith. Just keep doing a wonderful job, and that's all I wanted to let you guys know about this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope somebody had got encouraged from the video or anything like that. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.